I want to take a minute to talk to you about range. R-A-N-G-E, range. The range of your relationship, more specifically, the range of your mate. I'm going to offer this definition for range so that we can start out on the same page. Range is defined as the area of variation between upper and lower limits on a particular scale. In this scenario, the upper and lower limits is on the social scale. And we're talking about diversity. Does your mate transition well? I want to be very specific about this example because I want to reach as many people as possible. This is one of those conversations where you may not notice it until it begins to annoy you. But range is so important in your relationship only because if you feel stagnated because your mate has certain social deficiencies, certain intellectual deficiencies or limitations, or certain moral hang-ups, perhaps some behavioral issues. Maybe there's some attitude concerns, language, diction, vernacular concerns, and you have reservation taking your mate around certain people and or occasions because of it. You don't know how to bring it up. You don't know how to talk about it. But if you think about it, the right relationship, the reason why I like to have these conversations is because your quality of life, your growth and development throughout your lifespan is not based on anything as much as it's based on the right relationship. It's not based on your job or how much income you earn or your religion of choice. It's your day-to-day relationship and all the dynamics thereof. Now, here's probably my best example so that we can be on the same page. Do you feel as though you cannot take your mate to a fancy, formal gala or dinner party or something to this effect where there are the evening gowns and what have you? Now that's one range. The other range is, what if you are involved in a mate that you are very interested in, but cannot take your mate to the hole in the wall? So it could go in either direction. It's not necessarily the swanky restaurant / dinner party. It could be you want to go and let your hair down and listen to some down home blues. But your mate is going to have range. It's not enough to go uptown. You might want to go downtown from time to time. All right. So let's use the word mix or mix in diversity. Do you feel like your mate stands out like a sore thumb in certain arenas? Can't take them around certain circles. Maybe your mate doesn't fit in at the domino table. You see where I'm going with this? I'm not saying that you feel uncomfortable just taking your mate to the office Christmas party. No, it could be something where it involves friends and family. Do you feel as though maybe friends and family stop visiting you because of your relationship, because of your mate? Just think about it. And try to be honest, because again, range is important. Your ability, your mate's ability to transition in and out of different circles with fluidity is really important to you, whether you recognize it or not? Have you ever said, I cannot take him anywhere with me? Or take her anywhere with me, depending on who's watching. All right. Now, who lacks the range and diversity in the relationship? Is it you or is it your mate? Just for the sake of continuity, let's say it's not you, that it is your mate. That somehow you became interested in someone who just does not fit in everywhere you would like to go. Do you feel as though this limits you? Do you feel stagnated? Do you feel embarrassed? Do you feel ashamed because your mate does not know the difference between the steak knife and the butter knife? And you guys are in front of very important people where your business or company is about to promote you to a higher rank, and you almost either have to skip out on the occasion or go solo for fear that your mate will reveal deficiencies in your relationship that you are trying to conceal. That is not a good place. All right? And as for you, are you able to turn it on and off? Or are you stuck keeping it real all of the time? Believe it or not, if you don't have range, then, and you feel like you guys are not growing and developing as a couple, then you might want to take a look at that. If you're not growing, if you feel like you're not developing, if you feel like you guys are not learning, then maybe you should. Maybe you should sit down and discuss how important it is that you guys continue to grow and evolve. Now, if you're okay going down the street and maybe hanging out at the local pub and that's what you do, same people, same circles, then more power to you. But I'm talking to you if you feel as though there's some things in your life that you always wanted to accomplish, places you wanted to go, people you wanted to meet, circles that you wanted to infiltrate. But your mate has reached a level of complacency, and there is no desire to continue to grow and develop, and maybe that's causing you to feel somewhat frustrated and less than satisfied. Remember, I don't have an axe to grind. I'm not anti-single people. I am pro people who want to be in the right marriage the right way. I do not have a hidden agenda. I do this because I want you guys to have the same things that I've always wanted for myself. All right, I've always wanted to live a life of happiness and fulfillment and longevity, and I wish the same thing for you. But it is important that put love aside for a minute. It is important. Put whatever he or she does for you aside for a minute. Do you feel like you guys have range and diversity and room to continue to grow and develop so that those goals and dreams that you might have had for yourself before you guys met, that you're still able to wake up every day and know that they're within reach? All right, that's it. And as always, I wish you guys happiness, good health, and above all, many, many blessings. My name is Jay Jackson.